What's up, guys? Here with you at FC Wonder Kid. Here with my guy, Bretson. How are you?
I'm getting tired. We're going through so many no, this is amazing.
I love it.
This is absolutely amazing. And where do we go next logically? I don't know when you're viewing this, but I think we're going to Group
G.
Yeah.
Group G with Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and the Cameroon. And let's get straight off the bat here. And please, people, do not forget to like this video and comment your predictions down below and best lineup, because we will say it in the end of this video.
Yep.
So, predictions time.
predictions time. All right. Well, I think it would be weird not to put Brazil atop.
Who doesn't?
But-
Brazil topping the group.
As we've mentioned multiple times throughout different videos, sometimes just off topic, mentioning how good this collection of talent is with Serbia.
True.
I'll say it into the camera. This is the best team Serbia has ever had. Okay? I don't think that's even a stretch to say. I think that's actually one of the least bold statements we're probably going to make.
Top goal scorer ever.
Yeah.
Mitrovic, right?
Yep, Mitrovic, and then you've also got Vlahovic, and then there's also a certain guy that we all remember talking about, who's doing pretty well at Fiorentina, Luka Jovic, right behind him. So you gotta like what they're made of, and then you've got Milinkovic, Savic. You've got some young bucks like Ivan Ilic behind him, who I would really like to see get some time, but we'll see if that actually happens. And they've got a pretty strong defense, okay? And one of the most underrated players in this whole group is going to be Filip Kostic. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? One of the most underrated players, all right? Because we're all going to be we think Brazil's weak on the wings, not wings. At fullback. At fullback, because they're very strong on the wing.
Yes.
So I really think you're gonna see some names here that will bubble up to the top that you probably wouldn't have expected to at the beginning.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say Brazil 1, Serbia 2, and I'm gonna go. I think Cameroon.
What? Switzerland not 3.
I think Cameroon could pip Switzerland, and the only thing that's gonna keep Switzerland from a bottom 4, from the bottom, is Jan Sommer.
Oh, and Shaka's heart. And
Yeah.
Shaka's heart, supposedly.
Shaka's good, but have you seen around him right now?
I
It's not exactly, it seems like a very similar roster that they put into every major tournament.
It's true, but I just want to give a shout with Switzerland. And I know with all the attacking options we have, we're not going to mention Okafor. I really like Okafor.
Yeah,
And he's
true.
in a market with not a lot of strikers. Okafor is a striker to watch.
I'm with
20,
you.
30 million in the future.
Yeah.
That can really happen.
Definitely,
So
and there's another young guy that you want to watch out for, because I'm hoping they pass the torch a little bit. But Fabian Rieder, who plays for Young Boys, who will also, although probably less flashy of a move for Noah Okafor
Yes.
going on, Fabian Rieder will probably make a move from Young Boys at the end of this World Cup. So, yeah, I mean, there are some things to be excited about for Switzerland, I suppose. I mean, Granit Xhaka, I don't think, has ever been in better form heading into a World Cup or into a major tournament for
Yes.
Switzerland. He also has, I think, most of Arsenal's fandom
Backing
behind
him.
him,
In fact-
backing him now, which is a very nice difference
and Embolo
than
too.
in the past. Yeah.
Not a bad player. And
No.
for the national team, much better.
Yeah,
Much better.
And we all remember who made the fireworks in that comeback win in the Euros for Switzerland. It was Haris Seferovic. So, they're capable of clawing results out. And here I am putting them at number 4. And why do I put them at number 4? Cameroon.
You believe in Cameroon.
Cameroon has a growing midfield, but Anguissa is going in. Obviously, nobody was going to give him a shot to do and excel well with Napoli, and there he is.
Best midfielder in Serie A this season?
Definitely up there. Yeah, I think he's got to be. I mean, him, Barella, although I'd say Barella at his standards is probably not as high as he'd like to be. Anguissa is every metric that he could have ever been judged upon, he's exceeding.
It's true.
He's exceeding. But I also like Martin Hongla. They've got some really good, interesting pieces. It's just whether or not they can put it together. And their biggest strength is what? Their biggest strength is that attack.
True.
And right now you've got Eric Choupo-Moting. I don't know. I mean, just taking every chance he can get and scoring goals for Bayern left and right. And behind him you've got Toko Ekambi. You've got who's the other guy?
Abubakar.
Who, they took AFCON by storm. They almost took it the whole way, but they couldn't quite get it done. So we're spending a lot of time on who we think 3-4 is, because I'm pretty sure our best 11s are going to be chock full of 1-2s.
True. Best 11. So tell us down below your choices for best 11 before we say ours, so we know that you are matching us or not in the comment section. Yeah. So best 11. I'm gonna start here. Alisson must be in goal. Okay, a best goalkeeper of Group G. Must be.
Listen. While that is 100% true. I think Jan Sommer is going to be the most active. He's going to be the most active goalkeeper in Group G.
That's
so I think, Alisson, you are 100% correct. He's going to test his mettle in the knockout rounds.
Yes.
And he will be, it'll be hero or zero in the knockout rounds. I think Jan Sommer is the only way Switzerland gets out of this. Right? Okay?
That's fucked.
So that's why I put Jan Sommer. Yeah, there's a little bit of a recency bias to it. He's not as good in the Bundesliga as he is in major tournaments for Switzerland, and he was on fire for Switzerland at the Euros. So goalkeeper for me is Jan Sommer at Switzerland. You want me to start next?
And left back. Oh.
He's playing left wing back. He's sometimes listed as a midfielder, but I already mentioned him. He's my underrated player.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Filip Kostic from Serbia. You want me to keep going with my defenders here? What's your left?
I'd say I'm gonna say Kostic too.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Kostic too. I do have Alexandru, but
Okay.
Kostic is the best out of the two. And considering, like, I just think Alexandru has to prove Brazil's being judged mad. Okay, with the choice of getting Dani Alves, they're saying we don't have enough fullbacks. If Dani Alves even getting selected, so I think Alexandru, Danilo, they have to prove people wrong. Okay, so. Yeah, just gonna give that shout.
Yeah, and if we go to that flip side, well, we'll go to center backs first because, the right side of most people's defenses in Group G doesn't look very good. But the center backs are pretty good. So I'm gonna go with Marquinhos, center back, and my other center back is gonna be
Fiorentina.
It's going to be the other person that needs to go bold for Switzerland to not finish in the basement.
Ooh.
And that's Fabian Schär.
Oh, that's a bold mention,
It's a bold mention, but if anyone that's been watching Newcastle this season, back me up. Back me up here, okay? Am I saying he's better than Thiago Silva? No. Am I saying he's better than Militao? No, I'm not saying he's better than Milinkovic. He should have moved on a long time ago.
I think he's thinking
stalled.
that.
He is stalled.
I think he's thinking that.
Now you are right. You and I were talking off camera about a guy, Strahinja Pavlovic, who plays for Salzburg. A lot of raw quality. He has not come to it, but you will see him play for Serbia. But when it comes down to Fabian Schär, whether he's a DM, whether he's a center back, he's trusty, he's consistent, and I think if I'm going to list some Swiss people, Fabian Schär has to go bold for, again, Switzerland to do anything in this tournament.
Schär already, okay.
I know. And then I put them in the basement.
Back and forth. Oh my days, man. Yeah. But, okay, so at the right, we agree with Daniil.
Yes, we agree with Daniil.
Okay, so my defense right now has Alisson, Daniil, Marquinhos, Milinkovic, and Kostic. Okay.
I like it.
Okay, we're looking a bit different.
Well, I think we're going to be right dead on with the three in the mids, right?
Are we, though?
No, I guess we're not. Okay.
Look, I'll say the first name. I'll say the first name that I asked you who's the best midfielder in Serie A, and in my opinion, it's this guy. Yeah. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, in my opinion, is ahead of Anguissa, is ahead of Tonali, and it's mad how he's still a Serie A. It must be the price tag, and I'm absolutely sure people are going to be reminded why he's got to move in this World Cup. So I wouldn't be surprised even if he's in the best 11 if they were to go even bolder in after the group stages. Sure. So Milinkovic-Savic.
Milinkovic-Savic, that's a nice pick. That's a nice pick. I have him in there as well, but my DM is Casemiro.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes, I got Casemiro too.
And then SMS, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and that's another one. And you're going to hear us say this a lot as we go through these groups. That's another guy where you look at him and you say, how has he not moved on? How has he not moved on? We've said it so many times before.
And he's like 27 now.
27 still. I mean, he's been just kind of chugging along at Lazio for the longest time. And you want to see Lazio get over the hump for him. Well, but in the end, for Serbia, as goes Serbia goes Milinkovic-Savic. He's the connector. He's the spirit. He is the guy. You could even add Dusan Tadic into that realm. And they're the ones that are in charge of feeding the beasts up top. So, yeah, SMS is in there. Casemiro's in there. And then everybody's cam has got to be
Neymar. Gotta be Neymar. And you said Tadic, and Tadic is the cam.
Yeah.
If Neymar was on the wing, Tadic would be the best 10 in Group G.
But before we move on from that midfield, it has to be said. Group G probably has the deepest set of midfielders or deepest set of DMs, definitely.
Yeah, defensive
amidst the entire World Cup, okay, with the groups, all right? So, I mean, think about this. We didn't even mention, you mentioned Anguissa. He got a nice little mention there, but Anguissa's he's in the form of his life. You've got Granit Xhaka, who's having, I wouldn't say the form of his life, but he's playing really good ball right now for Arsenal, as is the entire team of Arsenal. And then you've got Casemiro. Okay, so I don't know. Find me a set of 3 DMs that are that good. Serbia is the only one that's lacking from a true DM, because Milinkovic-Savic doesn't play true DM for them. But I love it, and I want to see more of it. But now we got to go to forwards.
The forwards. And, considering that Neymar is at the 10 role, I had to give the forwards a lot of Brazil. So Vinicius on one side, Rafinha on the other. I think they're going to be the key pieces of Brazil. Yeah. And 2, the super subs. If we add subs to put in Group G, it'd be Rodrigo and Martinelli on the subs. So, yeah, I think those are the wingers. And the striker, I'm going to say top goal scorer ever of Serbia. And this man has to go bold, as he's been doing for Fulham. So, Mitrovic is my striker of Group G.
Well, we have a couple differences. Okay, while I understand your selection of Rafinha, I am sticking to my guns with this. I believe that it's going to be Rodrigo that breaks out for Brazil. Okay, whether it's early on as a sub, or it's because they finally realize when you put Vinny and you put Rodrigo on the field together, fun things happen. But I will put on the left Vinicius Jr. I will put up top. I'll pick the other guy. Dusan Vlahovic. I think this is his time to shine. Take some of the shade away from, or take some of the light away from Mitrovic.
Will he score more goals than Mitrovic?
Well, Mitrovic is. Wait, who's the PK taker?
I'd say Mitrovic.
Harry Kane won the Golden Boot off the back of, I believe, 3 penalties.
I'd say Mitrovic.
Right?
Give it to Mitrovic.
I believe it is Mitrovic. Yeah. So, but I still am going to go with Vlahovic. Okay, because they're going to need more open play goals than anything else. Vlahovic is. He's been okay for Juventus. He hasn't been what everyone wants him to be.
He's got like 50% of the goals.
Yeah, exactly. And Juve has bigger problems. And Dusan Vlahovic is not one of his problems. They're one of their problems. So when it comes down to it, I think you could basically just say it's a coin toss. What I don't like, although I would love if the U.S. team was doing it too, what I don't like is Mitrovic has basically ghosted Fulham over these last few games against Manchester City. I think he's not playing in this last round of fixtures too. And I don't think it's due to any actual injury. At least I know all Serbian fans will hope that that's not the case. But I don't like that necessarily, so I'm going to pick Vlahovic. And on the right side, I'm picking Rodrigo. So Vinicius Jr., Dusan Vlahovic, and Rodrigo.
Okay. So here's my full team, so people have it listed with. So with my full team, a best lineup of Group G has Alisson, Kostic, Milinkovic, and then they have Marquinhos and Danilo. Then the 3 in midfield, I have Milinkovic, Savic, Casemiro, and Neymar, and the 3 forwards, Rafinha, Mitrovic, and Vinicius Jr. This is the best lineup. And shout out to Tadic, man. Gotta say, and Anguissa.
Shout out for sure. Nikola Milenkovic. Wow.
Gotta give it to him. They need him.
He was a hell of a wonder kid at one time.
True.
And once again, he overstayed his welcome at Fiorentina. I mean, he should have moved on. Anyway, mine. Goalkeeper Sommer. Left to right in defense, Kostic, Marquinhos, Fabian Schär, Danilo. Okay. My midfield is Casemiro, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and Neymar.
Got it.
And up top, Vinicius, Dusan Vlahovic, and Rodrigo. And I got to throw a shout-out in there. We already mentioned him once, but none of us are mentioning Eric Choupo-Moting. And the season this man is having as a poacher, as a whatever you want to call it, some blend of a poacher, target striker. Wouldn't it be cool to see him do it.
I think Abubakar is going to be that guy.
You
though.
think he is? Okay.
I think Ekambi and Abubakar in AFCON they went both.
He's still in the Turkish Super League?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe in both. I believe in both. But
Right.
let's wait and see. Tell us down below.
And one more shout out. I
Yes.
got to shout him out. Any Philadelphia Union fans watching, we know there's only one going to this thing that is remaining a part of the Philadelphia Union. I got to shout out Olivier Mbizo, who is the backup right back for Cameroon. So hoping he does well, and hoping, while I don't want to see him go, if he does well enough and he gets on the pitch, something tells me there's going to be a team of calling.
Gazda, Kai Wagner, Paxton Harrison. You seem to have a lot of
moves. A lot of moves this summer.
Marvin Mackenzie in the past. So Philadelphia Union, you're developing ballers, okay? So
We're
keep
trying.
doing you. But people, tell us down below your choices for Group G. And again, don't forget to like this video for more World Cup content. We're going to deliver, but you deliver with those likes, people. Go Bold. And thank you for listening to us until now, community.